everybody, this is the Plastic Commando coming to you today from deep behind enemy lines. Well, we'll just cut right to the chase. This is one awesome video that's going to be showcasing and detailing some of the newer 3D sculpts that are available from historical board gaming, primarily for World War I and maybe perhaps some of the interwar period leading up to World War II, but again, the bulk of this is for World War I gameplay. Now, I'll let you know these awesome sculpts, beautiful indeed, are all courtesy of Doug at Historical Board Gaming, and Doug had been gracious enough to share these with the Plastic Commando, and I agreed to go ahead and paint these up. It's just it's my passion, what I like to do, and in addition to going through and just showcasing some of these sculpts, really the purpose of this video, as you might be able to tell from the title, is a giveaway. And not only has Doug been kind enough to give some of these pieces out, I have also donated my time to paint these up, put some weathering effect and decals as appropriate, in order to not only highlight these pieces, but just to show you, I mean, just some of the awesome sculpts that are available at Historical Board Gaming for you know, whether you're in Axis&Allies World War I 1914, or maybe wanting to get ready for the upcoming global 1914 game that Historical Board Gaming will be putting out, hopefully by the end of this year, but hopefully sooner. And these pieces will fit in perfect for either game, or perhaps any other game that you're playing involving World War I or even the interwar periods. So, again, this is going to be an awesome giveaway. We'll go through each one of these pieces here briefly, but the purpose of this video, though, is to not only share some of these awesome pieces with the gaming community, but to also solicit some house rules for these pieces that frankly I'm in the process of doing, and I'm always curious about those of you that do use house rules. And so part of this contest giveaway is going to be that first, you know, you let me know the ones that you like the best, and that first and foremost, that you want to participate in the contest, so that way I'll know who to categorize for purposes of the giveaway. And again, let me know which ones you like the best, that we'll go through here just in a second. And with your best unit, just submit to me in the comment section below your best house rules for use of the unit or units, whichever you prefer. You may have several you like. And just submit your best house rules. And what I'll do is I'll take, I'll read each one of your comments, and we'll take the house rules down. And depending on the number of participants that I have, I would like to give away and share as many of these pieces as possible with the chosen winners. I mean, we've got a lot of nice looking game pieces here, and so what my goal is really is to get as many people as possible that wants to participate, and then try to break these game pieces up into small unit giveaways, and that way we can certainly share as many as we can with as many people as possible. And you know, if you're not into World War I, maybe when you get these pieces, it'll certainly heighten your interests. And obviously, if you like what you see when you get the pieces in the mail, I can tell you, Historical Board Gaming will have plenty more that you can purchase. And these are really nice sculpts. I had a fun time painting these up and weathering. They just turned out really great. The only thing that I would ask is that again you just submit your best house rules, not just tell me, hey, roll a die and boom, you score a hit. That's not what we're looking for. I mean, I want somebody who's going to put some thought into the house rules because again, those of you that's watched my channel, that's one of the things that I've worked on, and I am still working on a few house rules, and I want some quality rules. Again, if it's just roll a die and you score a hit, I mean, I appreciate your input, but I'm really looking for something more in depth. So, put some work into it, guys, I guess is what I'm asking. And then I'll pick the best ones and place into a pool of names, and then I'll roll for the winners once the contest is closed. And again, as I've stated, I've put all my time and painted and decaled, weathered each unit, and then once the contest is over, I'll provide you my contact information that you can give me your address, and we'll be happy to package all these up and send them over to you. So with the house rules, the winners, my understanding is Doug is going to take the house rules, and he's going to attach those actually to the website at Historical Board Gaming for these pieces. So, for example, if you submit a house rule for, say, one of the French tanks that we're going to go through, then hopefully your house rules will make it to the website, and then you'll be able to share that not only with me on this giveaway on YouTube, but to others that'll be clicking on the pieces, purchasing from Historical Board Gaming, and kind of get an idea of how the piece will be used in terms of the house rules that you'll submit. So, pretty cool idea. And again, I hope you'll enjoy these sculpts. I just think that they're really awesome. So let's go through these sculpts real quick, and I'll kind of zoom in here. We'll start with France in the back here first. What we've got here in the lead is it's the French. It's the Char 2C. It's it's a super heavy tank. We've got a couple of these. Some of the pieces that I've got from Doug. I mean, we've got 2, maybe 4. So we've got some various numbers of units, sculpts. And like I said, I'll just do my best to try to package these up into a group. The next one that we've got is it's a pretty awesome sculpt. I mean, it's really more towards maybe an interwar design to me, maybe leading up to World War II. But this is it's the ARL Tracteur C40. Again, another super heavy tank that likely was more of a concept design. Some of these, and Doug has these noted to an extent, I think, on the website. The ones that actually were in production and field tested, and some of these didn't make it beyond a drawing board, but I think again it's a very cool tank, and again whether some of these pieces never really made it to the battlefield in real life, it's kind of cool to have these because again who's to say had the war continued beyond 1918 into 1919, 1920. I mean, it's very likely that some of these would have got off the design board and got onto the battlefield at some point. And that's just, I guess, one of the fun aspects of playing the game. It's going to be up to you, how you want to advance these pieces into your game. So the next piece we've got is it's the artillery. It's the MLE 1912 railway gun. And these are really awesome sculpts. I've actually got some of these already. They paint up nice. They look great on the game board. And it's perfect if you want to add some railway guns into your game. And these, you won't be disappointed with these. These look really good. The next one we've got over here is it's another heavy tank. It's the Saint Chamond heavy tank. This one was actually used in battle, to my knowledge. It struggled because it was such a long tank in terms of traversing the battlefields, in particular the trenches that it would come in contact with. I think I even even read at one point that it was so long that and sometimes in going over rough terrain, it would actually nosedive the barrel into the ground, which I'm sure was not a good good thing when you're heading into battle. But it's a very cool design, though. I've got some of these myself. I like this one. And the one behind this one is it's the Char Schneider tank. This was an early version attempt. Whoops, here we are, by the French at getting a tank into the battlefield. Its purpose was also, I think, to help break through some of the maybe the barbed wire on the battlefield. That's why you'll see kind of the unique design on the front. But one thing I would say is when you're going through this video and if you want to participate in the contest, you can go to Doug's website at HBG and look up these pieces. It's the 3D Sculpts under the World War I section, and there are some attachments to the descriptions that actually have some historical bases for the game pieces. The ones that were actually produced, maybe not produced. You can also go to Wikipedia and maybe even Tank Encyclopedia, which has a wealth of knowledge. Maybe review some of that information if you're not familiar with the pieces, and get an understanding of how they were used in battle, and then maybe that'll help you also with coming up with your own house rules to submit for the contest. So the last we've got here for the French is that's the Renault FT light tank. These are really nice sculpts, and if you recall, I did some videos on custom tanks already, and this particular sculpt from HBG is super nice. I don't think that HBG had these when I had purchased some on Shapeways from another company, and I do like the ones that I've got. These particular ones are just slightly larger than what I've got, but I really do like them. I wished I would have got these, but I've got enough painted up as it is that I probably myself will not get some of these. But I mean, I may get a few. I don't know. I do like them. They're a little bit bigger than the ones I've got, but they turn out great. They look awesome. And so, if you're looking just for a really good tank that was actually used a lot in World War I, this would be the one to go for. So again, I'd encourage you to check this one out at HBG as well. All right, next we've got the Americans coming in, and with the trucks that we've got here in the center. I apologize for a little bit of the jerkiness on the camera. We've got the Liberty trucks that worked out really well. Actually in the war, the U.S. had a long time to work on these trucks to get them into production, and they turned out they were very effective in battle, and these game sculpts turned out nice as well. So I like these, and I think you'll enjoy them as well. The next very odd unit that we've got that looks maybe kind of like a piece of construction equipment, or a drill of some kind, just on first glance, are these were steam tanks. They were wheeled, and they were a steam version of a tank that it's pretty neat concept design. I mean, these were again, these were a design project. I don't know exactly if this one was ever field tested, but it's pretty cool. I mean, it's like a wheeled artillery unit. And so I would certainly be curious to get some house rules on this piece. The next one we've got is the skeleton tank, and this was also one that was a design project by the U.S. and it's a very unique design concept. It paints up really nice. It looks good. It's a great piece to weather, just because there's so many different intricate designs and raised edges. So it turns out really good. And as far as all the U.S. tanks that are available right now for the 3D sculpts for World War One. I particularly like this last one here. This is the Mark 7 Liberty tank, and this was the U.S.'s desire to try to get a tank, fill a tank that again, based on the British designs of the Mark series of tanks, and this is a really good tank, and this would be it'd be very cool to have, like if you've got some house rules that you were looking to advance some technology into the game, or just simply use it as a heavy tank version. I mean, this one's good, and it paints up nice. And you see, I've got the decals on the side. Pretty happy with how these turned out. So real quick, we'll move on to the British. This set of heavy tanks here. This is the Flying Elephant Super Heavy Tank. This one was a lot of fun to to paint and weather up. It's it's an odd design, but it's a heavy looking tank for sure. And I think this would be a great addition to the game itself. And I've got some of these myself that I'm painting up, and I have painted up. I just don't have the decals yet. But the next version we've got here, this is I believe Forrester's battle tank. Again, it was another concept design. I mean, it was, it seemed to be loaded out with the guns for sure. And but again, this was more of a concept that the British were working on. The ones below here, we've got, I'll zoom out. We've got Little Willie. This was an early version attempt at making a tank, and that's a good looking sculpt, I think. And then as we come on down here to the front, I do like these. I like these a lot. These are the Mark 9 armored personnel carrier, the Pig, and these of course were used in moving infantry and supplies on the battlefield. And I think you'll like these a lot. I mean, I think this would be an awesome addition to the game itself. They paint up nice, super detailed. I mean, all these British tanks, in my opinion, are some of the most detailed that we've got from these 3D sculpts. Now, the longer version Mark tank here in the back. This is it's the Mark IV. It's the tadpole version. Because it, you can tell it's a little bit longer. This is a good looking tank as well. Then we've got one of my favorites, just kind of an iconic design, is the Mark I. It's the mail tank version. It's got the the trench wheels on the back. Just again, had a lot of fun painting these up. They look great with all the weathering and the decals, and just awesome looking on the map itself. All right, and we've got next, we've got a couple of aircraft carriers. This is it's the HMS Argus aircraft carrier, and you'll see I've got the British naval flag decaled there. These are super detailed. They look nice on the game map itself, and I'll jump over here. This is the last of the British sculpts, but this is a very big very big ship. This is the Olympic class ocean liner, 1911, and I'm kind of curious on this one what your guys' house rules will be. I've kind of got my own working house rules, which I'll share with you. I'm thinking this is more, and for those of you that don't know, this was a sister ship to the Titanic, if I'm not mistaken. And I hope if you do insert this into your game, that you'll have much better luck than the Titanic. But this was a sister ship to the Titanic, thus the look. But it's a big ship. I mean, it's much larger than the out-of-box transports that come in Axis&Allies 1914. So my working thoughts are for house rules would be maybe have this particular ship carry 3 infantry, or perhaps say 1 infantry and 2 artillery. Something to play with when you're coming up with some house rules, and it's just kind of a working thought that I've got at this point. All right, so let's go down here real quick. I've got two Spanish tanks. These are it's the Trubia light tank, and you'll notice these are based a lot off the designs of the French FT Renault. The only difference being is the Spanish version, which you'll see as the sculpt indicates, had more guns, more machine guns in the upper turret, and that certainly comes across well with the sculpt here from HBG. And I've got the Spanish decal on there as well. These are pretty cool. These might be nice to use even in the interwar period, maybe even Global 3645 for Spain starting out, in 36 as an early version tank for Spain. So all right, we'll move on here to Austria-Hungary. This, of course, these are the Motorgeschütz tanks. Again, I did a video on these as well. These are nice sculpts. Turned out great. I mean, they look awesome. Got those decaled up real nice, and I think you'll enjoy these as an addition to Austria-Hungary. And then we've got, of course, we'll go through Germany. Well, before we get to Germany, these are awesome. This is a Russian concept tank. It would be a heavy tank. It's just a big box, almost looks like a box car that you'd find on the railroad somewhere. Got a big old gun in the front, turret on the top. I like these a lot. I've got some of these myself and plan to use these in my game. They decal up or weather up really nice. I don't have any decals for them because I've got a couple versions of Russian decals, and I wasn't certain, what some of you guys would like on. So I did not put any decals on this one. And then lastly, so we can kind of get finished up here, we got the German tanks. These are pretty awesome. This little small tank here in the back, this is it's the Leichter Kampfwagen 1 and 2. It's a light combat vehicle. These are pretty cool looking. Got a turret on the top, and then of course here these are really interesting. This is probably more of an interwar version that Germany had put out, and this particular one was the Sturmpanzerwagen Oberschließen. If I said that correctly, that is a mouthful. I'm not certain that this is available quite yet on Historical Board Gaming's website, but it will be. And this is a very cool tank. Again, could be used maybe in an interwar period game, or even again as a custom tank you can put into World War I games. All right, this is the Heidi APC. It's all armored personnel carrier. This one turns out super. This, of course, here is it's the German A7V Sturmpanzerwagen, and then we've got here. This is the German concept attempt at making a tank similar to the British. Have their own version. This was the A7V U1. It was a concept. And then we've got up here, we've got the Paris siege guns. These have been around for a while. Again, just an awesome addition to the game. And love these. These are these two tanks. It's the K-Wagen. This is a super heavy tank, concept design, but I think will look great on your game board. And then we've got here, I will not try to pronounce this one, but these are two German aircraft carriers that we've got. They're Zeppelin Flugzeugdampfer, and that is a true mouthful. I like these. These are cool looking, very detailed, and that'll finish up Germany. And then lastly, we've got the Italian Sparvario carrier. I love these. These look really good. They detailed nice, and I think these will look good as well as potential pieces. So, all right, guys. think that's all the pieces that we've covered. I think that's everything. Again, this is the sole purpose of this video is a giveaway. I want to share, you know, these nice pieces, compliments of historical board gaming with you, the viewers, the passionate lovers of Axis&Allies, World War I. And again, just give me your best idea on your pieces, your best house rules, and I'll have this contest open for quite a few days. And again, if you have not already, I would just ask that each of you entering, please subscribe to the channel. And we'll close this off maybe by the weekend, we'll say. And I'll let you know once that's closed, and then I will go ahead and pick the winners in the next video, and you'll know who you are. So good luck, guys. I hope you enjoy this video. These pieces are just awesome. I mean, I can't say enough about them. They look great. And so I look forward to getting all of your input, and cannot wait to give these away to each the winners. So, okay, fellas, tried to keep this a little short, but a lot to talk about. This is just one awesome giveaway. I look forward to hearing back from you on the comments and your house rules, most importantly. This is the Plastic Commando, over and out.